How's it going, everybody? Mike Kellum here with Camping World in Longmont. There's been a lot of speculation as to whether solar is actually practical on an RV application. I've been working for Camping World for about a month now, and I've probably seen 20 to 30 customers in that time. And whenever I mention that there's solar on a unit, half of those people have said it's just a cheap gimmick that RV manufacturers use to increase the price on you. And then when I've asked around to other people in the industry, a lot of them share the same opinion. However, I firmly believe that solar is a great thing to have on an RV. For those of you who don't know, I myself travel full-time and my primary power source is solar power. I have a 500 watt solar array on top of my RV, which is more than enough power for everything that I use anyway. However, it's not really fair to compare those two. My solar array is 500 watts, and most of the RVs that come with solar just come with a 100 watt solar panel. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to demonstrate to you that there's no batteries plugged into this unit, the golf cart's not plugged in, and it's not connected to shore power. And I'll turn everything on, and everything is going to be powered straight from the solar panel. Since everything will be running directly off the solar panel, please forgive me if you see any lights flickering. It's typically best to run a solar system with a battery plugged in. That way it sort of evens out voltage inconsistencies that solar panels usually put out, just from clouds going over or inconsistencies in the atmosphere or even a bird flying over. Enough chatter about that, let's just get right into the demonstration. So from this point forward, I'm going to leave the video completely uncut. So I apologize for any stutters or skips or anything that I have. I'm not too great at filming uncut videos, but I'm a little bit of a skeptic myself, and I just want to prove to you guys that in the middle of the video I didn't attach a battery or plug it in or anything like that. So this is a 7-way plug. This is typically what we use to power our campers here. We'll just plug them into the side of the golf cart. But you can see there's no battery here either. 7-way plug is unplugged. And going around to the other side here, just going to give you kind of a quick view so you can see there's no cables or anything going up to the camper. If we were to have it plugged in, this is where it would be plugged in. So we'll start on the outside here. So everything right now is running completely off of the solar. There is no electrical storage currently hooked up to it at all. But as you can see, we've got the awning lights on, we've got the scare lights on, and we've got the outdoor speakers turned on. Coming in here, I've got every single light in here turned on, except for the one in the bathroom, which is just burned out. And we also have the radio going in here. And I mean, as you can hear, the radio is actually quite loud. It's not, it's above talking volume for sure. And you can see there's a little bit of flicker in the lights, but it's just because there's not a battery hooked up. If there's a battery hooked up, it'll kind of smooth out all those electrical imperfections. So we got all the lights on. We have the radio turned on, both indoor and outdoor speakers. I tried to get the TV to turn on, but it just would not cooperate. It uses a little bit more than the 100 watts that the solar panel produces. And as you can see, we also have the fantastic fan going as well. So this is the solar charge controller. So with this guy, it tells us the voltage on there. I'm actually going to turn the radio down a little bit so I can hear myself talk. So as you can see, even with all that stuff turned on, all the lights, the fan, the radio with both the indoor and the outdoor speakers turned up probably 3/4 of the way, it was still maintaining a solid 11 volts, which is definitely on the low side of 12 volts, or I guess on the low side of the 12 volts like margin, but it's still within it. So this solar panel is having no problem running all of this at the same time. And you got to remember too, when you're camping, you're not always going to have the radio on, you're not always going to have the fan on, you're not always going to have all these lights turned on. So most of that power is going to be going into your battery. And I forgot to mention too, the power inverter is turned on. Granted, nothing's plugged into it, but that is an extra watt or two. So now it comes the question, is solar just the cheap gimmick that manufacturers use to bump the price up on their RVs? No, it absolutely isn't. Solar technology has improved drastically over especially the last 10 years. And maybe back in the day, RV manufacturers used it as a cheap gimmick, but these days, it's definitely worth its cost. Just think about how much less you have to run your generator and how much gas you'll save doing that. And honestly, even if you don't have a generator, you may not necessarily have to buy one. Well, anyway, I hope this video kind of sheds some light on the situation there and proves once and for all that it's not just a cheap gimmick and that it's actually something useful. I'm definitely not going to win everybody over on this one, but if I even improved your camping experience slightly, it's a win in my books. Well, that's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if this helped you out. This channel is exclusively about RVs, so it's going to be guided tours as well as informational videos. We'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.